The following program on PBS 39 is made possible in part by Arts Weekly, celebrating regional expression, performance, and creativity, is brought to you in part by the Edward D. and Ione Auer Foundation, the Ian and Mimi Rowland Foundation, the family of Dr. Christopher and Kirsten LaSalle, and the support of viewers like you. Thank you. This is Arts Weekly. Arts Weekly is produced in cooperation with the College of Visual and Performing Arts at IPFW, offering degrees in fine arts, music, theater, and visual communication and design.
Welcome to Arts Weekly. I'm John O'Connell, Dean of the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Today we'll hear all about two local holiday productions. In the second half of the show, I'll be joined by Leslie Hormann from Fort Wayne Youtheatre. But first, David Blackwell and Susan Yale of the Fort Wayne Area Community Band are here to share the details about their holiday concert taking place Tuesday, December 17th. Welcome to Arts Weekly, and thank you for joining me, David and Susan.
Thanks for having us.
Now, Susan, this is your first time on Arts Weekly.
It is.
Glad you could join us. David, you're an old pro.
I've been here before.
You've been here before. Tell me a little bit about what is the Fort Wayne Area Community Band?
Well, the Fort Wayne Area Community Band is an adult band, and I want to make that distinction because students are allowed to join after they're out of high school. And the reason we do that is we don't want to interrupt with high school band directors. But it's an adult band open to all ages, and the only requirements are is that you have played an instrument in high school and or college, and you can read music.
Do you test them to see if those two things are true?
We have them sit with a first chair player to make sure that they're capable, and after that we usually assign them a place in the band.
Might I ask you the age range of your current orchestra members?
Yes, all the way from 19 to somewhere over 70.
You better not say how old. You'll get in trouble.
I'm probably one of the oldest there these days.
I don't want you to get in trouble.
No, I don't.
How long have you been with the band?
About 25 years.
25 years. How long has the band been in existence?
34 years.
Susan, do you go back further than David with your affiliation with the band?
I'm almost a charter member. I came in a couple of months after the band was formed. I graduated from college. I had played clarinet since I was 9 years old. I moved to Fort Wayne, and I thought, I don't want to give up my clarinet just because I'm not in school anymore. There has to be a place for me to play. So I called the university and said, is there a place for me to play my clarinet? And they said, there's a community band that's just forming. Why don't you come out? And I've been going there every Tuesday night since 1980. And it's some people go bowling, I go play my clarinet.
Yeah.
I'll bet it's like family.
Oh,
if
absolutely.
you go every Tuesday night.
Absolutely.
It has all the dynamics of a family, a big family.
It is. And when I started out, we had kids together and would bring our little kids to the concert, and now some of them are bringing their grandkids to the concert. So,
how many members do you have right now in the area community band?
They're usually 75 to 80 at a concert. Our roster says there are 94, and it seems like new ones are coming in all the time. We've had several young people who are just out of music school join us this year, which is really great for the band.
How has it changed in those 30-some years? I mean,
we've gotten better. We've been practicing for 30 years, so we
practice makes perfect.
Yes, and we've had a number of directors over the years. We've had several directors who have been instructors at IPFW, and now we have Scott Humphreys, who's the director of music at Manchester College, who's our director, and each person on that podium brings something new to the band, and we grow through that process.
How long has Scott been the director?
This will be his third year.
His third year. Now, both of you are titled as assistant directors.
That's correct.
What does that mean? What are your responsibilities as assistant directors?
Well, that's changed over the years. Basically, we are in charge of about half of each concert, and we also do most of the summer programs. And by the way, there are many programs for the band. We do 4 concerts in the winter, at IPFW at the Hour Performance Hall, and those are fall, holiday, winter, and spring. Okay. In the summer, we do 3 concerts, 1 a month at Youtheatre, and many people may not know that we also play for 3 college graduations.
Do you?
Yeah, we play ITT and Indiana Tech and St. Francis.
Is that a standing commitment you've had for a while for those
2
colleges?
of them are. ITT is recently, but yes, we've had several years, and of course we do those for pay. It helps our treasury, and we also, the past few years, we've been doing outside concerts at at festivals in the summer and other places too. So we do perform a lot.
I would imagine then if you perform in various venues like that and as a service to colleges, you don't have the full band necessarily at every one of those, but you have a nice sizable showing for those graduation kind of events and those non-scheduled events, if you will, or concert events?
Sure, we have, with adults, they have other things that they are doing, but we always get a good turnout, and we think we're a community service organization. We really are providing 2 services. We're providing a service to our members who get a chance to play, but we're also providing a service to the community when we can play for a function for them.
And you have what we call you are a company in residence at IPFW. And how long have you been a company in residence?
Probably about the same time we moved into the new Reinhardt Music Center. I believe that's when it all came up, and I don't know the exact date.
2007.
Okay, that would be when. We made a contract, and what it allows is it allows us to share equipment. We use some of yours, you use some of ours, and it gives us access to the rehearsal room and, of course, the performance hall.
It's a vital connection that IPFW has with our company in residence.
We couldn't survive without our connection to the university. It really, through the years, has given us a home, and a group like that just can't be going from one place to the other. You need that home base, and it really has. IPFW's been very good in supporting us, and we really appreciate their support of our outreach to adults, continuing education.
It was a goal of the Reinhardts and the Hours when they put their donations forward for that building. One of the things that they stipulated in their contracts was that IPFW make the Reinhardt Center a community center, not just a university center. So this idea of company in residence is shared with about 5 or 6 companies now that share office space and facilities, and it's a win-win situation for everybody that's involved in it. You do 4 concerts in the winter. Are they always at the Hour Performance Hall?
The 4 in the winter are, yes.
And in the summertime, do you like playing outside? Are you used to playing in different venues outside in the summertime?
Follinger isn't really outside.
Right, it has a band.
It has air blowing through the screens, but we are covered and safe there. But we have played in some outsides. We played in some rain and all that kind of stuff. But I like doing outside concerts in the summer, because I think that's an American tradition.
I think you're right. Yeah.
We also play the Ice Cream Social, IPFW.
That's right.
During Three Rivers Festival, they host an ice cream social, and that's a great event to play because you have the children out there eating ice cream, dribbling all down their face, and balloons bouncing, and people coming by. And you get a different audience than you might get in our auditorium.
And you're playing American classics at that time.
Absolutely.
At an ice cream social, absolutely. Nothing fits a band better than some of the great American classics.
Absolutely.
Well, let's talk about your holiday concert that's coming up. You've got a holiday tie-on, David.
Yes,
that
well,
we have to...
Scott Humphreys and I are going to share conducting the holiday concert, and we have some of the usual holiday favorites like the Leroy Anderson Christmas Festival and Sleigh Ride, and I'm doing an arrangement which has all the 1950s stuff, Rudolph, Frosty, Winter Wonderland, etc. And Scott's doing a couple that are really interesting, different. One is called Lux Aramak, which is light and gold, and it's supposed to be the light shining down on the baby Jesus and the voices of the angels singing, and very complex harmonies and a very beautiful piece. And he's also doing a couple of fantasies and variations. One's Fantasy on a 13th Century Carol, which is based on the March of the Three Kings. The other is Emmanuel variants, which of course is on O Come Emmanuel. And I believe I'm also doing White Christmas and Happy Holidays. And we're going to have Santa Claus show up, I think. There's a rumor that he's going to be in the building.
If he's not too busy that evening.
If he's not too busy that evening.
No.
You call it a show. You don't necessarily call it a concert. I noticed that it's called your holiday show because is there a piece that's narrated or there's some text?
Well,
in one of the
there
pieces?
is one, yes. The one piece is The Night Before Christmas, which is set to a music, and I know several people have done this, and it's narrated. We have two announcers who announce each number in our concerts, and Vince LaBarbera will be narrating The Night Before Christmas, and we'll have some kids up there and sitting in a chair just like it was Christmas Eve, reading the story.
A lot of classics.
Yeah.
Let's give out the particulars of the concert. It's on December 17th.
December 17th, which is a Tuesday night. Concert starts at 7:30 p.m. And again, it's in the Reinhardt Music Center in the big performance hall, our performance hall. And you can get tickets at the box office day of the concert.
Okay, that's Tuesday, December 17th at 7:30 p.m. Ticket information is 260-489-2642. 260-489-2642. Does Santa make a arrival at your concert every holiday? Is it a regular attraction?
So far, he's made it.
So far, he's made it.
We hope he'll show up again. And so far, yeah.
Thrilled that you're playing Sleigh Bells. Is that the name? Is that the one that has the
Sleigh Ride?
Sleigh Ride has the hooves and the bells
and the whip crack. Yep.
Yeah.
Yes, and the trumpet that does the horse whinny at the end. Yes.
Terrific. Yeah. Well, thank you both for joining me. I appreciate you being on Arts Week. I look forward to your concert December 17th at Reinhardt on the campus of IPFW. While we get ready for our next guest, please take a minute to view our performance calendar of what's coming up in our area. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. We'll be right back with Leslie Hormann to hear more about Fort Wayne Youtheatre's Santa Claus in Oz. Opening December 20th, the Fort Wayne Youtheatre's production of Santa Claus in Oz is sure to please young and old alike. Here to talk about this unique production is my friend Leslie Hormann from the Fort Wayne Youtheatre. Welcome to Arts Weekly.
Thank you so much for having me. Always a pleasure, always a great time.
I'm always thrilled to have you on Arts Weekly and to visit with you for a while.
But 12 minutes is just not nearly enough.
Not for us.
No.
Not for the two of us. We could keep the show going for days.
Days and days. We could do a marathon.
We could. All right, so Santa Claus in Oz.
Santa Claus in Oz. It's a
what a title.
Yeah, it's a mixed match of two of our favorite things in culture. Santa Claus, of course, 'tis the season. And we put him in a very popular series, the Wizard of Oz series.
Wow. Who came up with this idea?
Well, it's actually part of the Frank Baum series.
It is?
Other than there's 14 books.
Right.
And Harvey, I came to him last year and I said, we need a Christmas show. And he's so good at writing. And he came up with Santa Claus in Oz. It takes place long after Dorothy and the wizard have left in their balloon, and Dorothy has already clicked her heels and gone back to Kansas.
Okay.
And now it's the Scarecrow, the Tin Man, and the Cowardly Lion, and they're ruling Oz. But ruling Oz is not for the faint-hearted. There's a faction, a rival tribe, the Calibas.
Wow, okay.
And
the Calibas.
The Calibas, and they are half tiger and half bear.
Oh, I like that. That's kind of fun.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Lions and tigers and bears.
Oh my.
Smart, okay.
All right. And they don't want, Santa Claus wants to add Oz to his route. He wants to come to Oz and bring presents to everyone. Of course, the town is very, very happy about that. But the rival, the faction of rivals, the tribe, the Calibas, they don't want that to happen.
They don't want Santa in town.
They're very negative force.
Oh, okay.
So they decide they're going to put Santa on trial.
Oh.
And this,
So Santa makes it, and they put him on trial?
yes, they bring him in early before Christmas, and they put him to trial. And the Scarecrow is the judge. The defending attorney is the Tin Man. The court reporter is the Cowardly Lion. And a Caliba, a very pretty Caliba, Chloe, she is the prosecuting attorney. And they hear Santa's case, just like a regular courtroom drama.
And this all came from one of the 12 books?
One of the 14 books. And Harvey has a really very, very talented at taking huge volumes of text and bringing it into, you know, a show that's
hour-long,
hour and a half long, sure.
family delight.
Yes, and we
So-
find out some really neat things about Santa. Like he was raised by fairies. Who knew?
Who knew?
Who
Really?
knew? He was raised by dancing fairies.
Santa was.
Yes.
We found this in Wikipedia, or this
You know,
is the Allen County Library.
It's just one of those ancestry things. Yeah, he went to the Allen County Library and he went through his roots.
He did. Interesting.
Because, you know, the
Harvey
genealogy
Cox is doing
department.
his genealogy on Santa
Yes,
Claus.
exactly.
Forget the Nicholas story. It's
That's
all Santa
right.
Claus. We keep throwing Harvey's name around.
I
Like
know.
everybody knows him. Probably everybody does know him, but we're talking about the venerable Harvey Cox.
Yes, Harvey Cox, our artist in residence. He's been with Youtheatre for 35 years. He, of course, came to Youtheatre via Broadway. He's an accomplished actor, local director, and a wonderful writer. He just writes wonderfully enchanting, entertaining plays.
He's been adapting stuff for the Fort Wayne Youtheatre for several years.
Oh, for decades.
Decades.
Yeah.
Oh, decades. Okay. And he's been a local director. He did a lot for this. He used to do the Civic Theater summer big
That's right.
production.
That's right.
Many years
Yes.
in a row.
Yeah.
He's fantastic.
He's touched thousands and thousands of lives through theater.
Is he directing?
He is directing.
He is directing.
Yes,
Santa
this is
Knows.
the show that he is directing. Yeah, he wrote and directed it. And it's great because the kids love working with him. I call him Fort Wayne's own Lee Strasberg.
That's good. I agree with you.
Yes.
How many people showed up for Santa in Oz auditions?
140 kids came to audition.
140.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, and anybody can audition for Youtheatre. Our
Right.
next show is Willy Wonka, and those auditions are in January, and anybody can come out. You don't have to take classes, you don't have to have experience, just come out and try out.
Yeah, I think that's a sort of a myth out in Fort Wayne, is that the Fort Wayne Youtheatre is just for kids. Because when we did Oliver last year, we have adults in it sometimes.
You bet.
You know, we're happy to, you know, cast anybody in Fort Wayne Youtheatre productions
Yes.
of any age.
Ages 6 to adult, that's
Right.
what we say. And in fact, our Santa Claus, who is such a Santa Claus, he is the total quintessential Santa looker. He's got the twinkle in his eye.
I think we have a picture of that Santa Claus.
He's
I
got
hope
the
we show it
rosy
because
cheeks, the nose like a cherry.
That doesn't look like any fake beard to me either.
No, it's not a fake beard.
That's the real thing.
Yes,
That's
Dennis
the real
Nichols.
Santa.
Yeah, he is a local an actor, and he has had decades and decades of acting under his belt, and he is the perfect Santa Claus. So
Yeah, terrific.
Yeah.
140, well, how many do you end up with? How many are in your cast?
140, 40 in the cast.
40 in the cast.
yeah.
Is there any music? Is there any singing? Are we
There
singing
is.
Christmas songs? Are we doing?
There is. We have got the children's choir who is going to be singing wonderful Christmas carols. You know, you can't do a Christmas show without
they're going to
smattering
be
of
waiting
Christmas
for
carols.
it. They're going to
That's
be
right.
waiting for some
exactly.
Christmas carols.
And we have the dancing fairies, and I've choreographed a kind of a ballet piece for these dancing fairies because they dance the boyhood of Santa Claus, and they tell how he was found and how he was raised by these dancing fairies.
And how many dancing fairies do you think you
6
have?
of them.
6 of them.
Yes.
Time period? What is the time period of Santa in? I mean, is it just like the film, kind of a
Sure.
whimsical, fantastical period? And
Yes. Kind of spans all time,
All time,
frame, yeah.
And who's doing your costumes?
The costumes are Jeanette Walsh, and she's very, very busy. She actually was our pianist for the orphans for Oliver.
Oh, Jeanette, yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
She
yeah,
was
yeah.
our orphan pianist.
Our
That's
orphan
right.
musician, yeah. So she's done the costumes. They're wonderful. The set is Adam Fletcher, who is an IPFW grad.
Way to go, IPFW grad. That's right. He's
Incredible
terrific.
set. He's a great set designer.
He's a good designer.
He really is.
Yeah. Jeanette did costumes for me for Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf.
Oh, right.
When I did that at
She's
First
very
Press.
active in local
Oh,
community
she's
theater.
very active and doesn't mind working for everybody. if
She loves
if She's
it.
available.
She's great. Very busy.
You have parents helping out?
We do. You know, Youtheatre is contingent, the success is contingent on our volunteers, and we are so lucky to have such great parents, you know, helping out with set painting and, you know, sewing and supervising and keeping the rabble, you know, low key, and just it's great experience for the whole family, really.
But you kind of feed into this audition process and to these shows with the incredible number of classes that you offer. Tell us a little bit about your classes that you offer.
Yes, our classes are great. We have 13 different classes, 5 levels of theater, starting from 3 years of age all the way to senior high school. We have dance, voice, comedy class. We have stagecraft class. You can learn about the behind the scenes, and a radio theater class.
Tell me about comedy class.
Comedy class. It's improv. It's kind of like whose line is it anyway?
Okay.
Kind of like we fashion it after, the Second City in Chicago has a children's class, and that's kind of what we fashioned it after. And we're very excited. Classes start January 11th. You can sign up, enroll anytime. Just call the Youtheatre office or get online.
What age group is the comedy class?
The comedy class is 3rd grade all the way till high school.
Do I sound like I want to be in the comedy class?
I think you should come and you should.
I kind of sound like I want to be in the comedy class.
Now, the best way to get a taste of what all Youtheatre has to offer is to come to our winter camp. We have winter camp December 26th and the 27th. Each day is different, and we do a little bit of everything.
Is this new?
This is our 3rd year.
It's your 3rd year.
Yeah.
Oh, I don't remember hearing about that.
So you can cure the holiday blahs. Presents are already unwrapped. What do we do now? Let's go to drama camp.
And is it, I'm sorry, how long is it during the day?
It's from 10 to 2.
10 to 2.
And the fee, a very nominal fee, it includes lunch. And they just do all, it's improv, it's simple choreography, it's makeup. Corey Lee, who is an IPFW grad, he does a wonderful makeup workshop. And you can get black eyes.
So if I signed up my child for camp,
yes,
they would do all of the same stuff in one day with everybody, or is it broken out into
It is broken up into
groups?
groups. We have different breakout sessions, but really it's just a wonderful taste of everything Youtheatre has to offer.
And you can do one day or both days?
Each day is different. You can do one or both.
And registration for that, how do we register for your
Once
classes?
again, you want to call the Youtheatre office, 422-6900. 422-6900, or you can go online and you can download an application there, and it's fortwayneyoutheatre.org.
Are you doing classes? Your classes for this fall are over, I would imagine.
Yes. Right now we're in break.
Yeah. And when do you rehearse Santa Claus and Oz?
We rehearse from 4:30 till 6:30. It's kind of nice because you do it right after school, so maybe they can have a snack and then they go right down to the theater and then they're home at a reasonable hour. Because as you've worked with these children before, a lot of these kids go to bed early. They go to bed at 8 o'clock.
Well, they do, and they have homework to do.
They do.
They've got to keep up with their grades, and sometimes they get a little wild after 6:30 or 7 if they've been in rehearsal too long.
I've heard about that. We love the wild exuberance
You're a good
of
wrangler.
children.
You're a good wrangler.
I love those kids. They keep us young.
Anybody in it that I know from Oliver?
Anthony Hayes.
Anthony Hayes.
He plays the bailiff. He's got a very great part, and he plays the bailiff, who is kind of fashioned after the wizard. And Julia Andorfer.
Oh, Julia's.
She is
one
Chloe,
of my favorites.
the prosecuting attorney. She's the pretty Caliban. She kind of, yeah.
Anthony's currently in our production of Our Town at
And it was so
IPFW.
exciting to see my 3
Your 3
Youtheatre
guys
boys.
from our Oliver are in our production of Our Town at IPFW.
What a great performance. What a great show Our Town
That
was,
was
by
a
the
good
way.
show. I was
just
very proud
loved
of
it. A great night of theater.
Thank you. Let's talk a little bit about this next collaboration you have.
Yes.
With St. Francis.
Very exciting. We collaborated with you in IPFW last year on Oliver. It was such a great experience that we thought, why not do St. Francis? They've got a real growing theater program, and we're going to be doing Willy Wonka, the famous Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, and it's going to be complete, just like the movie with Grandpa Joe and all the kids, Charlie and all the bratty kids and the Oompa Loompas. And it's going to be in March at the University of St. Francis Theatre, which is the former Scottish Rite.
So would you say that you said it's much like the film. Is the script based on the film?
The script is based on the film.
Follows it fairly closely. And
but the music is Anthony Newley, and he's got the musical chops. It's infectious music, and we're just very excited. Like I said, auditions will be January 20th and the 21st, and all can come out. However, you do need to have a little bit of music prepared. If you don't want to have a song, just sing Happy Birthday.
So they should come, if they have music that they can prepare, if
we
they
love
have
that.
some, they should bring piano music.
Yes.
For the 12 bars or so they're going to sing.
That's right.
And if not, they're going to sing Happy Birthday or something. Are you looking for all ages again?
All ages, you bet. All ages. Because, there's parents, there's townspeople, there's Willy Wonka himself. There's a lot of roles.
What will your tasks be in Willy Wonka? What job are you taking on this time?
Well, I'm going to be the wrangler of the
Child wrangler.
Child wrangler.
Nothing like a child wrangler, Leslie Hormann.
I love the
You
child
do,
wrangling.
you do it well, I have to say.
So I'm going to be child wrangler, but I'm also choreographing the show.
Oh, the whole thing?
The whole thing, not just the children's numbers, but the whole thing.
How many are there? How many numbers do you plan to get going?
You know, we're going to have a production meeting on Tuesday, and I guess that's going to be established. How much exactly? You know, I'd like to choreograph every single word, but you know, I don't know that that's going to happen.
Well, thank you for joining me, Leslie. Let's do the contact information one more time for tickets for Santa Claus in Oz. Is Fort Wayne Youtheatre. Ticket information is 260-422-4226. That's 260-422-4226 at arttix.org. I'm John O'Connell with the IPFW College of Visual and Performing Arts. Nationally, PBS is America's largest stage for the performing arts. Locally, PBS 39 connects you to our region's arts and events here on Arts Weekly. All this is made possible because of the lead role you play through your financial support of this station. Make your best donation to PBS 39 today. Go online to WFWA.org or call 866-969-2721. Thanks to your gifts, PBS 39 is your ticket to inspiration and great arts. And please, tune in next time on Arts Weekly when we'll hear about local efforts for training women from around the world to create and sell their art. From Laura Lee Verley of Creative Women of the World and Hope Sheehan from The Green Frog. Then musicians Fernando Tarango and Jason Markson drop by to talk about their latest projects. For up-to-the-minute arts updates, you can find us on Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. And be sure to join us here live Thursday evenings at 7:30 on PBS 39. Thank you for watching Arts Weekly.
The preceding program on PBS 39 was made possible in part by Arts Weekly, celebrating regional expression, performance, and creativity, is brought to you in part by the Edward D. and Ione Auer Foundation, the Ian and Mimi Rowland Foundation, the family of Dr. Christopher and Kirsten LaSalle, and the support of viewers like you. Thank you.